It's the 21st of February, and one has the feeling that spring is imminent. And in the spirit of spring, we're exploring this wonderful part of the threefold training, which is a condensation of the Eightfold Path, which is the fourth noble truth. You know, these lists. The Buddha has lots of them, or the Brahmins who condensed and brought us the teachings of the Buddha has lots of lists. But the threefold training is a way for us to awaken. And the first aspect of it are the precepts, sila. And the second is samadhi, or this capacity of ours to be completely at one, absorbed, present for things just as they are. And the third is wisdom, prajna, mother wisdom. And because we live in such a complex society, and the conditioning to be really selfish is so deep for all of us. I mean, it's just fundamental in Western society. I was thinking about that as I was walking down here, because I was, for a moment, remembering, oh yeah, I'm going to be talking about the precept of not stealing. And I was thinking about these contractors going to Iraq and pallets of money, which are basically, you know, this money basically could be used to help people medically or to educate people. Just pallets of money going into the pockets of contractors. And what a powerful example it is for us in Western society, particularly in America and in England, to be in a situation where we feel that the basic rights that we have as people in this country are not being actualized because of a war that is completely mad. At the time of the Buddha, there was war. It's not like President Bush made this one up, although sometimes it feels like he did. And he sure made up a lot of stuff, I'll tell you. We haven't done the precept about speech, but we will. But this one is a really fascinating situation that we find ourselves in. That is that we're at a time when it is even more imperative, more important for us to develop character. Not to be a caricature like some of our politicians and religious leaders, but to really develop character, to be strong, to be real, to be honest, to be really clear. And it's just so profound to think that at the time of the Buddha, he was facing circumstances not unlike we're facing now. Great corruption in the world of politics, war blowing at his back, and him having to live in both worlds, the worlds of politics and the world of religion or spirituality. And as he lived in a, in a community, although the community wouldn't come together but a few months a year during the rainy season, when the community came together as problems began to arise, he began to, and the community began to craft ways to not only protect the community, but most importantly, to protect the mind. And many people feel that precepts are about this kind of unwholesome renunciation, but they haven't actualized the spirit of the precepts, which is actually generosity. That's what renunciation is. It's sort of giving up ways that are fundamentally selfish. Years ago, when I practiced with Thich Nhat Hanh, I realized that the precepts were about healing. And it completely changed my mind. First, with Thai, I saw clearly, because he called the precepts, each one, mindfulness training. So it wasn't like prohibition. It was much more in the spirit of how do we train our mind by not killing, by not liberating all creations, by not stealing, by not practicing generosity, and so on and so forth, through the precepts. So he characterized the precepts, the vows that we take as Buddhists, but really very little difference between these vows and the 10 Commandments and the vows of most religions. Thich Nhat Hanh characterized them as mindfulness trainings, so that it wasn't a rule that we had to abide by. And I think this is really important for us to understand. But it's actually a way that we're training our mind. And when I began to practice more heartfully with Thai, one day I realized, oh, these are actually healing practices. To not kill within my own heart or harm things in the world is to heal things. To not steal is to heal things. And we're going to explore that.